morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Stage 2 of the 2016 Amgen Tour of California. Another great day of racing on tap as we head for what is going to be another very fast day of racing. Brad Zoner alongside Dave Toll. Before we move into today, Dave, let's go back and talk about yesterday. What a champion we had.
And it looks like we've got Taylor Finney. What a great way to start the day for you here at the Amgen Tour of California.
Coming to sign in here on the Amgen Breakaway from Cancer sign-in stage. We're going to be meeting each and every rider from the race today as everyone has to come check in, and Taylor will have the honor of being the first to sign in for Stage 2.
Hey, good morning, Taylor. We'll let Taylor take care of the business here first, but Taylor, a six-time world champion, a two-time Olympian, a multiple-time national champion, and a friend of the family, no doubt. Looks like yesterday things were going pretty well for you, Taylor.
Yeah, it went all right. I've been looking forward to this stage for a while. I spent most of my winter in Los Feliz. So I rode up through South Pasadena a lot, and I've done this climb a lot, and yeah, it's going to be difficult.
Nice. So, hey, yesterday we saw on the television you having a chat with Lachlan Morton at the, I would say about 10 miles to go or so in the race. It's got to be nice to be kind of catching up with some of the guys you haven't raced with yet this year, like Lachlan.
Yeah, I like to have a good time at the back when things are a little more chilled out. It's great to have Lockie here, his brother Gus. I have a ton of friends that I get to revisit when I come to these races, so that's great. Yeah.
You know, Taylor, I remember you winning out of groups. I've seen you win sprints like yesterday's before. Were you thinking about contesting on the way into San Diego, or decide to lay back? I got to think that the big stage coming up on Friday is your top priority here at the Amgen Tour this year, Taylor.
Yeah, we were working for a guy on our team named Jempy. It's short for Jean-Pierre. I like to call him Jean. So he was doing the sprint yesterday, and we were trying to help him out. It's my first race since doing the Classic, so I'm just kind of getting back into the swing of things, and we'll see how today goes. I think it'll be pretty hard, but it could be a small group. We'll see Greg Van Avermaet, how he's feeling, and it's a long week. It's a hard week, and definitely a long week. So.
No, absolutely, and you guys have a lot of objectives. When you're out there in the peloton, Taylor, I know you lived in Italy for a while when you were growing up. How's your Italian these days? Are you able to intercept any messages that maybe they wouldn't think you'd get?
Yeah, I don't do a lot of intercepting of messages, but I can speak Italian.
Well, but no espionage, apparently. Well, hey, Taylor, have a great day out there. Taylor Finney, ladies and gentlemen, of the BMC team. Brad, I think it's fair to say he's the biggest star in American cycling right now. Taylor,
no doubt about it.
Taylor just won a world championship in Richmond. You were there for the team time trial. His teammate Rowan Dennis also on that squad. He was an Olympian as a high schooler. That says a lot right there.
You generally have a pretty good outlook on your sporting career.
Yeah, Taylor. So I guess we know what year Taylor graduated. 2008 class of Boulder High. As Taylor ends up going to that Beijing Games and ends up with a 7th. He was racing on the velodrome then. Taylor was 4th in London in both the time trial and the road race. So it's been an amazing career. And Brad, you've seen him put on the Stars and Stripes jersey many times as our national time trial champion. And someday, I wouldn't be surprised if he would be one of the rare guys that could hold the road and the time trial championship at the same moment.
And a stage winner here at the Amgen Tour of California.
Best one, I would say, the best finish of the nearly 90 stages that we've seen. It was one for the ages. Here he is, Rowan Dennis. Rowan, I'm not even going to run through your race resume because this guy has done it all, winning USA Pro Challenge, Tour of Alberta. But, let's add Tour of California to that, my man.
Let's not get too ahead of ourselves, but we still got 7 days to go.
So, hey, I know you've been working hard back. We talked about Etna, and I had to say to Brad after you mentioned that, it's like, where is Etna? And that is where Napoleon was exiled. Is that where you were training?
I'm not actually sure about that, but it was in Sicily, in Catania, so southern Italy, not Spain. Yeah.
So when you're racing in the United States, and actually Brad probably has it with him, a young woman said, hey, is Rowan Dennis here? And I said, no, but he will be. And she said, good, because I've made artisanal meramite. Where is it? Do you have it, Brad? Okay, it's in the car. So she made her own Maramite.
What is that?
That's like your Australian yeast spread.
Oh, Vegemite.
Vegemite. Oh, I'm sorry. Maramite is the English one. So it's homemade.
Marmite.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect.
Will you eat it? You're good? You'll try that?
I'll try it, but it's never going to be as good as Vegemite. I'm sorry.
I know. Do you actually? So Vegemite truly an Australian thing, and this guy is as Australian as anyone you're ever going to meet. Is that something that on a race day you'll put some on toast every day, maybe?
No. I have some at home in Europe, but I don't usually bring it with me because it's quite a big tub, and no one really wants to share it with me in the team. They think it's disgusting. So yeah.
You need to get more Australians involved with the program. So, hey, you've raced on the course that we're going to be using for our time trial. How well does that suit you? We were talking about that. I was telling Brad I thought it suits you extremely well. You were second there when we raced, only losing out by a few seconds to Wiggins.
Few seconds, 44 actually.
That's a few.
Yeah, no, it does suit me. It does suit me. So, look, hopefully I don't lose too much time in the next couple of days, and I can still pull out a good time trial, and hopefully that actually helps for the GC. And if it doesn't, well, if I lose time, then I'll just focus on that and working for Brent.
Well, good luck out there, Rowan. This is Rowan Dennis. He's one of our all-time favorites racing here in the United States.
Good morning from Thousand Oaks, California for Stage 3 of the 2016 Amgen Tour California. The big climbing day today as we head up Gibraltar Road. Brad Zoner joined by Dave Toll as we are pumped for the first big climbing day today, Dave.
104 miles on the way to Santa Barbara County and Gibraltar. They've been talking about this finish all year long. This is my number one danger man, without a doubt, out of Australia, Rowan Dennis. Rowan, it's on. No doubt about it here today at the Tour of California. Getting through the last 2 days all led up to what is going to be a vicious battle on Gibraltar. Are you ready?
We're ready. We're ready, definitely.
Okay, so your team has a lot of weapons. There's a lot of moving pieces out there. If it's a group of 10 and you and Brent Bookwalter are there, is that an ideal situation at the bottom of the climb for you? Can it get I mean, other than you being alone winning, can it get much better than that?
Yeah, well, you saw how we worked in Colorado, and obviously he's our number one man. So, look, if I have to pull, I have to pull, and I don't think there's too many guys who are willing to sacrifice their whole race, and hopefully GC as well, like I am for Brent. So, it's always a bonus for us.
Are they extra scared of you because they know of your time trialing ability? I mean, I've got to imagine that none of the climbers, they know that if the climbers go to the line with you, they're going to get beaten badly on Friday.
Yeah, I hope that's what they're thinking, but look, it's just a time trial up this climb. That's all I have to keep thinking. Just keep riding all the way to the finish line. Don't give up, because even if I do lose time, it's possible to take that lead after the time trial.
I guess it's fair to say, Rowan, either you've done the work or you haven't. It's just prove it now.
Exactly. So, yeah, it's all out on the road now. All the work's done. You just have to make sure that you've done everything in the race, and a bit of luck's there, but it's all about what you've done beforehand.
I agree. There's going to be a great crowd out there today cheering you on. Rowan Dennis, good luck to the BMC rider.
And it only gets tougher from here.
Week. It's been 3 days.
Yeah.
It feels like a week. No doubt, Brad. Today, 135 miles on the way to the famed racetrack in Laguna Seca. Can we go back and look at yesterday really quickly?
Yeah, what an amazing day of racing.
We started in San Diego. That was an amazing way to kick off this 11th edition of the Amgen Tour. We had the world champion in the rainbow jersey winning a sprint right there. It was just iconic. Guys, heads up, the BMC bus, I think, is coming through.
Just going to park it right there. Just leave it there.
These buses are notorious for getting stuck underneath the finish structures, and we're not going to let that happen.
Good morning.
Good morning, guys. Yes. So
just leave it there.
In that bus, we would imagine would be Danny Levis, Mickey Shar, Taylor Finney, Greg Van Avermaet, whose birthday was yesterday, and obviously Rowan Dennis with that squad. So that is like the New York Yankees or the LA Dodgers or Red Sox of major cycling when you talk about the BMC team. That's Phil Guyman. Wow, what a character that guy is, Rowan, huh?
Yeah, you always get a little bit of a laugh out of him.
Yeah, no, and I think that's the thing. I love seeing you guys smiling. This is a tough race, no doubt about it. Yesterday looked brutal out there. How'd your day go?
It was good until the last about 2K when they really started to attack. So obviously it was Lockie and Stettner. They went early, but I thought, okay, relax, and but that steep section 2K to go really killed our legs.
So you won on Diablo. How would you compare those two climbs?
Diablo, you get about a 2K section that you can actually recover on, somewhat. There's no such thing on Gibraltar, but you got these two little flat downhill section, but the downhill section was pretty short on Gibraltar, and it almost hurt the legs more than anything.
Yeah, you guys picking up on the spectators on the side of the road? Looks like a lot of enthusiasm out there. We saw the Pope. We saw these crazy Phil cookies. Anybody catch your eye?
The cookies actually did. I saw there was...
Did you try to eat one?
No, they had big bites out of them. They were a bit big for me, but you know, it was. It's good to have the crowd out there. Obviously, I got a cheeky push at about 1.5K. I didn't actually ask for it, but he gave it to me anyway. I think that probably helped me about a second or so. So thanks for that, whoever that was. But yeah, it was. It's always a good atmosphere on the climbs, and we appreciate it a lot.
Thanks, Ron. And you know what? If you're getting a push, let's assume the other guys are getting pushes too. As it looked fantastic. So now the time trial on Friday. That's got to be what's laying on your mind.
Yeah, obviously I lost some time yesterday, 58 seconds down. So, look, I've got some ground to make up on Folsom time trial, and it's going to be a hard task. But we still have 2 days of racing, so I think Alaphilippe's in great form. He is here for the GC, and today's going to suit him really well, and tomorrow's a lot of climbing. So just staying out of trouble, keeping as fresh as possible for that time trial to really attack it is my plan.
Rowan, you're still in the fight, man. This is going to be a great race.
It will be. It still is.
Yeah, absolutely. Rowan Dennis, ladies and gentlemen, former world hour record holder, fastest ever time trial at Tour of California. This guy's been punching above his weight since day number one, Brent Bookwalter. Brent, I'm sure you got a lot of things going on in the morning, but I enjoyed our talk yesterday. And I think one of the things I said is, dude, I might not hear a lot of people saying it, but I think you can win today. And I think you said, yeah, Dave, I think I can too. And you sure proved that I was right.
Yeah, I wanted it. A little off the mark there at the end, but I think I was maybe the first guy up at that mountain that weighed around 155 pounds as opposed to 135. So
the Clydesdale group now here at the Amgen Tour.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, one of the big guys. But yeah, we did a pretty good climb. Our team was really strong, and we're ready for these next 5 days.
And I'm not giving it lip service. This race is so far from over. I mean, today, not pivotal. Could be, though. Certainly tomorrow is. And then the day after that, the time trial. So don't kid yourselves. This thing is not even close to over. Am I right with that?
Yeah, we're just getting started. I mean, we're 3 days down of 8, and every day here can be decisive. Myself as a GC rider, I've had some good success in the past. Gaining seconds in kind of strange places here and there. So we'll be looking to do that again.
We're going to be watching. Brent Bookwalter of the BMC team. Hey, good morning, Brad. How are you doing?
Hanging in there.
Hanging in there. Tough last 8 days, eh?
Well, glad to be here at Sacramento.
totally.
Final day.
I guess I should say a good tough.
Yeah.
We've had a great time. But
Like when you have a good bike ride, like a good long
Absolutely.
bike ride. That feeling afterwards. Find your nearest Welcome Center. Cruise on over to visitcalifornia.com.
this young man went to the Olympic Games when he was a senior in high school. He is a 6-time world champion. He finished 4th in the road race and the time trial in the London Games in 2012. He's a U23 Paris-Roubaix winner 2 times in his career. He's a multiple-time national time trial champion. All right, is that enough, Taylor?
Wrap it up. Wrap it up.
So, hey, Taylor, it has been a tough week, no doubt about it. How are you coming out of this, California? So Taylor, we had him back. It's quite a story, and I'd recommend you look into it. He returned to racing last year, winning stages in Colorado, getting on the podium in Utah, and now a world championship in the team time trial. You are back. You ready to go to Chattanooga and win a time trial championship?
Yeah, it's in Winston-Salem this year, but Nationals are next weekend, yeah.
And so coming out, a great time trial for you in Folsom, ending up on the podium there. Did that confirm you where you want to be?
Yeah, Folsom was a great result. We won the stage with Rowan. I felt really good. Tough time trial. This whole week has been really, really difficult. Really long transfers, which make everything really difficult, and very tough stages.
So your team, BMC, comes in. It's obviously going to be a very exciting day of racing. I don't expect you in any way to tell the plan, but, this is not an easy one. I would have to think back in the team bus to figure out how you're going to win this race today. It's going to go next level.
Yeah, if it was a little bit more windy, I think we'd be able to do something. We'll see how it works. There's some sprinters teams, they haven't had a lot of chances this week because the race has been so hard. So I think they'll try to keep it pretty controlled. But, last day, we'll see.
What is it, Taylor, for you that has you deciding whether you want to contest a field sprint or not? We've seen you win them at races like, out of a group of 60, 70 riders, you're very, very dangerous. Is that really it for you? Maybe looking at sprinting today if the group is right?
Yeah, if it was a select group, for sure we could try something. If I'm trying to go to the line with Mark Cavendish and these other guys, I know that they're faster than I am because that's just what they do all the time. So.
Well, but you obviously coming out of this event, your time trial skills are at the level that you want them to be. So I think things are working pretty well, Taylor.
Yeah, I'm chilling. I'm having a great time.
Awesome. Well, have a great day out there today. Taylor Finney, ladies and gentlemen. And now, this is awesome. Great racing this week. Brent Bookwalter, ladies and gentlemen, sitting third overall coming into today for BMC. Boy, just talking to Taylor, Brad and I are trying to figure out how do you do it if you're BMC. And obviously, you're hoping for more wind out there today. We don't know. It could get windy.
Yeah, definitely. This stage in the past, this area has shown us some exciting echelons and some windy racing. So it's hard to tell here in the city what we're going to get out in the countryside, but got to be ready for anything.
So when you look at this BMC team, does it bother you guys, the guys back in the bus, when we say they're like the New York Yankees of professional cycling? We try to use an analogy sometimes for folks that maybe don't quite recognize. Your team has a really just such a talented group of riders from around the world, a big budget, all the best equipment. You are the New York Yankees, really, right?
It's an awesome group to be with. I've been with the BMC racing team for 9 seasons now, and it feels like my home and my family, and we're really fortunate to have the best sponsors in the world, the best riders, best support, and it's really a pleasure being out here competing with them.
So for people who maybe aren't familiar with how this sport works, sitting in third, but with a teammate in second, pretty unique situation at this point in the race. Do you ever play cards like this before?
Yeah, we have. This has been a familiar situation for Owen and I to sort of be both up there in the top 3 overall, and we tried yesterday. We gave it a good push, tried to crack guys and get them on the rivet, and had them on the ropes a few times, but just wasn't quite enough. And here we are today, sitting in second and third overall. So still heads up and eyes open for to make it to that top step today. But even without that, I think 2 in the top 3 of the Amgen Tour California is a good ride.
I would agree. Hey, yesterday we were on Levi's Grand Fondo route. You have got an awesome route yourself down in North Carolina. It's called the Bookwalter Binge. I can't recommend this one enough. Riding is great, but varied places to ride makes it so much more fun. And you got a sweet one there. How do people find out more?
Head over to bookwalterbinge.com or come up to the bus after the race and chat me up about it. Happy to share, and hope to see everyone there. It's a really awesome time. It's a lot different than California, but it's our unique little corner of the country. October 29th in Asheville, North Carolina.
Great, Brent. Thank you so much for all you do. Watch out for this guy, Brent Bookwalter of the BMC team.
I'm also very excited that we have a team, the Novo Nordisk team, entirely comprised of riders, professional bike racers with diabetes, showing that, people, even with a chronic disease, you can get out there and live your dream. do what you want.
That's what it's really all about. Well, guys, thank you very much. We couldn't be here without you. This is the team that brought the Amgen Tour of California to Sacramento. Big thank you. No, you're part of it. You're part of the team, too, whether you like it or not. So we appreciate it, guys. Thank you for all the hard work, the sleepless nights. I hope that you can finally maybe take a day off on Monday morning. You deserve it. Thank you, guys.
Oh, hey, Rowan, do you mind? A quick word? Sorry. You know, it's funny. I'm just like, oh, man, this guy's so cool. Just grab a quick word. Everybody would love to hear from you. Ladies and gentlemen, former world hour record holder, winner of the Tour of Alberta, winner of the USA Pro Challenge, and this man is in second overall today with a time trial win. Let's focus on that. What a great day in Folsom for you, Rowan.
Yeah, it was really good. Obviously, I got second there a week ago, 2 years ago, and I would have loved to get a win that year, but this year was my year.
So, hey, have you won Tour Down Under in your career as well? Have you ever done a harder 8 days of racing than what we did in California here? This was just off the charts.
The only one that would have been right up there on par, I think, probably would have been the Tour de France. And honestly, this week, people say, look, American roads are big, it's easy, but honestly, this week has been very hard.
So you come out of this now, obviously you proved it on Friday at our time trial. When you look forward now, Tour de France, next big objective, and you're firing on all cylinders coming out of California, they say it's either going to kill you or make you stronger. We're on the make you stronger part, right?
I hope so. I've had a rough trip this first half of the season, and things are on the up. Things are back to normal, as I've seen this week. 3 days racing just before this for the season, really, since January, and things are looking good. So Tour de France is hopefully on the cards, and I won't be there for GC, but obviously America's TJ and Australia's Richie and the team. So I'll be working for them, and hopefully we can get a good result there.
And to be fair, for this man, normal is the best in the world. Rowan Dennis of BMC.